All right, folks, we've sorted our gremlins and we're back now, joined by a young Jamaican certified public accountant and founder of Top Tier Accounting. She's making waves in Dubai. Ashia Thompson joins us now. Ashia, good morning.
Good morning. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I sure am. Thank you very much for your patience as we work through what we were working through. Good to have you on this morning. What time is it there where you are?
It's 3:47 p.m. in Dubai, so it's evening for us here.
Okay, afternoon times. Tell me a little bit about when you left Jamaica and why you decided to relocate to Dubai.
Yes, so my story is a little bit long, but I'll try to give the shorter version. But I'm from Nain St. Elizabeth. I came from humble beginnings. I attended Mayday High School, and I have to give a special shout out and credit to the current vice principal, Miss Hanley. She took me under her wings and encouraged me to sit 14 C-Sec subjects when I attended Mayday. And to the best of my knowledge, I believe I'm the only past student from Mayday who has ever done 14 subjects.
14?
And based on my C-Sec performance, I received a scholarship from Monroe College in New York. And that's how I ended up leaving Jamaica for the first time on a student visa. And then I went to Monroe College and obtained my bachelor in accounting, and I graduated with a 4.0 GPA. And because of my performance, I received another scholarship to pursue my master's in taxation at Pace University in New York City. So I ended up receiving 2 scholarships full ride through college. And then after graduating with my master's, I received a full-time offer at 2 of the big 4 accounting firms. So started my corporate career, and I won't sugarcoat it. It was very brutal. The hours were long, and I was working 80 plus hours a week, and I was running on very little sleep. And at that time I was studying for the CPA exam, and I had failed the CPA exam 21 times before I passed it.
What?
And yes.
21 times?
Yes.
No, I know that exam is very, very difficult, right? But I mean, you had 2 scholarships under your belt. You had experience under your belt. What do you think was the reason that kept happening for you? You were burnt out.
Yes, I was. So the hours were very long. I was working 80 plus hours a week. I was getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep at nights at max. I was working 7 days a week. In corporate, for those who are accountants who work at Big Fours, especially in New York City, the hours are very long. So I was trying to study while, working extending hours, and I would show up to exams extremely tired. So my focus was just not there. And I kept failing, and I never stopped until I passed it. And the reason why I didn't quit was because when I went to corporate America for my, formal experience, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I knew I wanted to serve high income earners and business owners making 6 figures and above. And every time I went on a consultation with a potential client, the first question that they asked me, are you a CPA? And the moment I said no, they said, sorry, I can't work with you. And that's when I realized that credentials are currency, and the more money people made, the more they wanted certified professionals to help them to manage their finances. So I knew I wasn't going to attract my ideal clientele if I didn't finish what I had started. So I didn't quit. And once I had earned the CPA, the same people who turned me down, they trusted me instantly. So, the funny thing is that nothing about what I knew changed, but everything what I could charge did.
Right.
So that season of perseverance paid dividends in the long run. And that's when I left corporate and went full-time with my own practice.
Yeah, that's what you call a return on your investment. That is the real ROI. But you're still a long way from Dubai. So how you reach Dubai?
All right, so how I ended up in Dubai. So Dubai was never a part of the plan. I was simply minding my business, and someone DM'd me on Instagram one day in 2022. And they were asking me if I could be a speaker at their conference in Dubai. They wanted me to speak about taxation for US expats who are living in Dubai. So I said yes immediately. And then that trip changed everything for me. So after that conference, I realized that there was a shortage of accountants who specialized in US taxes for Americans who relocated to Dubai. So I saw the niche and I decided to dominate it. So I quickly set up a company in Dubai and began traveling back and forth from New York to Dubai, serving clients in the UAE. But I didn't have any intention of moving to Dubai because I don't have any family here, any friends. It was just strictly business. So I was going back and forth. And then in 2024, my late mentor, Alcian Wilson, may her soul rest in peace,
yes.
she had encouraged me to move to Dubai as she believed strongly in my vision, and she recommended that I try to unite with the Jamaican diaspora in the UAE region. So I did take her advice and moved to Dubai that year. And that's how I pretty much ended up in Dubai.
God bless. You know, I literally called her name just before this interview to Never. So that's really, really very fortuitous. What has life been like there? How have you adjusted? I know no friends and no family is a tough, tough place to be when you're in New York, 3,000 miles away from home, much less Dubai, which is like behind God back. I mean, you know what I mean? How's it been?
I mean, it has been amazing, truly. I must say that I have been doing well here. I have adjusted quite nicely. I've met a lot of people and I've met a lot of Jamaicans here as well. So it has been very well. I do believe that location matters as well. So, you know, as a Jamaican, wherever we go, we shine. And I wanted to position myself at the highest level possible. So I made a decision that I wanted to live in the tallest building in the world, which is Burj Khalifa, and I wanted to set up my office in Dubai World Trade Center. And it wasn't cheap, but God was blessing me enough to afford it. So I didn't compromise. I didn't just want success, I wanted alignment. So I needed to be strategically positioned so I could meet the right people, meet the right clients, and you know, again, location matters, and based on where I'm based and position, I've, you know, had the honor of meeting a lot of people, even members of the royal family here, been in a lot of important rooms and grew my network here rapidly, again, because of strategically positioning myself here. So it has been very tremendous, a lot of opportunities, and, you know, God has been good. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at you as a little girl from Nain. Now in Dubai, sitting in rooms that perhaps you never ever would have thought possible. And there's a message in there for other young ladies, other young people who are watching, failing the CPA exam 21 times and deciding you are not stopping. What is the message that you want to leave with young people or with people even older who have a dream and feel like it's out of reach, or they've failed too many times and them say them can't manage after the 3 times them fail? What's the word you're leaving with them?
So I'm a believer, so I'm always going to mention faith. So faith is the foundation of everything I've achieved. The Bible tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So growing up, I believed God for a better life when I couldn't see it or, you know, even imagine how it was going to happen. And during seasons of struggle, when the evidence wasn't visible, I still didn't give up. My faith carried me where talent couldn't. So it sustained me when doors were closed, and it continues to guide me today. So the message that I would share with Jamaicans and anyone watching is that never let your current circumstances define your future, and your background is not a limitation, it's your foundation. You have to be disciplined, you have to be faithful, you have to finish what you start. And remember, where you're from doesn't determine how far you can go. And if a girl from Nain St. Elizabeth can build a global business from Jamaica to Dubai, so can you. It's only by the grace of God that I am here. And if He did it for me, He can surely do it for you. And that's my word of encouragement to everyone watching.
And so what's the long-term plan? You're in Dubai now. Is your plan to stay there for a good little while? You're going to go back to the US and build a business even? You know, you're going to take over the world, you know. I see your plan, you know. What does that look like?
I mean, the plan right now is to stay in Dubai. I do plan to do some business in Jamaica and, you know, expand investments and stuff there. I do have a scholarship fund in Jamaica as well. So my goal is really to try to touch, impact lives and, you know, inspire other Jamaicans and, do things back home as well. But, strategically, I would want to still be in Dubai, but, go back and forth. I do also have my business set up in the US as well. So I have been doing business, in the US for a couple of years before moving to Dubai. But the goal is to expand now to Jamaica and see how I can, make an impact in that region as well.
Yeah, a daughter of the soil. We are super proud of you, Ashia. Thank you for checking in this morning and for giving us all that motivation to see where you've come from and what you've been through. I guess these are the things you speak about when you motivationally speak, because that's a part of your portfolio as well. We are proud of you, my love, and I know CG would be, was and is super proud of you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Certified public accountant, founder of Top Tier Accounting in Dubai, Ashia Thompson. That's it for our Diaspora Check-In. All right, we have more on Smile when we come back. Please stay with us.